Hi there, viewers. It is another beautiful Thursday, and this is a brunch show on Value Chain TV, TBS. I am Patience Moses, your host, and I am not here alone in the studio. I have Mr. Williams with me, our newspaper analyst, and he'll going to do justice to the newspaper review segment, and I hope you're going to enjoy that. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Today's episode promises to be exciting, and as usual, I want you to expect the newspaper review, this week in history, and then entertainment segments where we're going to digest and discuss lots of trendy issues going on in the entertainment world. So sit back, relax, and then we're going straight to the news where we go to the newspaper review segment. Alright, thank you for staying tuned. This is a newspaper review segment. A lot of stories, so many papers. We're going to pick a few and then let Mr. Williams help us out on them. So the first paper on our list is the Nation newspaper, and the big story there says government opens Nigeria's access to consumer credit with 100 billion naira. And this scheme is meant to put money in pockets, stimulate manufacturing, and then while experts and speakers are saying that the program is okay. What do you think about
Absolutely. This? It's a good program, and if you look at the way Nigeria is, we do not have access to most of these facilities. You want to execute a business, you must start saving by yourself, begging friends and relations to help
to make some contributions.
Yes. So if we have something like this, it will go a long way to help. You want to build a house, there is no much facilities for mortgage and the rest of them. Most times you have to save, and these days land, property, they don't come cheap. We're talking about hundreds of millions. So if you have access to most of these
consumer credit
schemes, it will go a long way to help citizens. Like the story says, they are beginning with civil servants, and I think it's a right step in the right direction, which the government is taking. It's commendable.
And I hope as time goes on, we get to find out more facts, how long it's going to last, some of the procedures that is going to be needed to do that. Okay. This is still on the Nation newspaper. This is saying telecom firms seek nod to raise tariff.
If you look at the way Nigeria is going now, everything is about tariff hike. Beginning from the power industry, we have the oil and gas and the rest of them. So telecoms raising their tariffs is going to cut deep into the pockets of Nigerians. And I don't know the yardstick they use. Most times was it discussed at the parliament, maybe at the National Assembly? How did they come up with this? They just wake up one day and then decide to increase tariff hike, and now the news is saying they have gotten the nod already, so that means they can carry on. So which is they need to reconsider. This is not the right time to increase tariff. Right now Nigerians are paying a lot when it comes to maybe internet data, connectivity and the rest of them. We are paying very, very high. If you go to other countries, especially in Africa, compared to Nigeria, South Africa and Ghana, for example, the rate at which they spend for their data connectivity and calls and the rest of them is quite low compared to Nigeria. So I don't know why they keep increasing the tariff in Nigeria. Maybe because they have so many subscribers.
Exactly. I think that is where it's coming from.
Yeah.
They want to stay in business.
Yeah.
I remember there was a report some month ago where he says that in Africa, Nigeria occupies more like the highest subscriber when it comes to all these MTN telecom subscribers. Nigeria.
Big
So we make
market for
use
them.
of internet, calls, and a lot of them. Okay, still on the Nation newspaper, this is another big story. Tax defaulting politicians should be barred from contesting.
I agree with them completely.
Okay.
Yes, if you look at the way Nigeria is structured, the haves or the rich people, if you put it that way, they are the ones who have the resources to contest for political offices. And our politics in Nigeria, if you don't have money, you cannot contest. Yes, no matter how you look at it. Even when they started the campaign for giving the young opportunity to contest, young people do not have money. So because, yes, if you talk about political party nomination forms, you're talking about hundreds of millions. So, and these rich people, most of them, they evade tax. So they don't pay tax. So, and if they are going to see that, okay, if you want to contest for a political office, you need to have all your tax, whatever, in place. It is a wake-up call, and it is a good step, because it will make sure that we have the right people in government, not people who have money and yet they do not pay taxes. So if it is done like that, it will be a very good call for us as Nigerians.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we are moving to another newspaper, which is probably going to be the last. We have Leadership newspaper, and a very good story here says 140-year-old PZ cushions consider leaving Africa over Nigeria's sales plunge.
It is quite sad if you look at it. PZ is a household name in Nigeria.
True.
It has been in existence for
140 years.
Yes, so long, over a century. And for them leaving Nigeria at this moment is it speaks volume. Something is wrong. We have been saying it for over the past few weeks now. It is not only PZ. You remember recently we talked about pharmaceutical companies that left Nigeria, and it is not good for our economy. These are people that have helped in building our economy. If PZ is leaving, it means that people are going to lose their jobs, definitely. So where do you put those people that have been working with PZ? Where do you put them? They are going to lay them off. So it is going to be another problem upon problem to what we have. We are talking about the rate of unemployment. So the people that are going to leave PZ now, they are going to add to the numbers. They are going to add to the figures. So this is not good. So the business terrain must be made to accommodate people and make it friendly, so that especially when we talk about multinational companies who have the capacity to employ thousands of Nigerians, let's make it friendly for them, because the business terrain at the moment is not quite good. It's not quite friendly. So these are some of the factors that are contributing to PZ leaving Nigeria at the moment.
And then I don't know this particular headline, because I saw it's another headline on Business Day newspaper where they were saying that it's more like investors are coming back as stock inflow has increased like 5%. So it's more like they are clashing. But let's leave that aside.
Yes.
So another story, another headline I want us to look at in this Leadership newspaper says father arrested for impersonating son. Jump. Candidates are writing and a lot of things are happening, and this is just one that has happened. So what would you think about it?
It's quite unfortunate, actually. You can imagine the level of decay that our education is facing at the moment.
True.
I have a background in education. I've been in the education sector for over 10 years.
Okay.
And most times you see these things happening. Yes, during exams, you see parents coming. They want to help, they want to assist their children, because they want their children to move to the next level quickly. It addresses so many things. There are so many factors bordering around this. As a parent, one will not want to spend the same money twice. So they are doing all things possible to ensure that, okay, their children write JAMB once and for all. Yes. So as a parent who maybe you have like 3 children writing JAMB, and then maybe you spend over 60,000 naira to
register each.
So they must do everything possible.
They must pass.
Humanly possible. Like it, yes. So they must get the required grades and to ensure that they pass. True. So I think these are some of the factors that needs to be considered. It's like we used to say those days, it's not everybody that should go to school. There are so many things that our children can do. And aside that, when you talk about higher education, especially in the higher institution in Nigeria, everybody wants to go to the university. There are other institutions of learning, the Polytechnic, College of Education, but unfortunately, everybody wants their children to be medical doctors, engineers, lawyers, pilots, and the rest of them. Nobody wants to be a teacher. Nobody wants to impart knowledge. So everybody is looking at the higher things. So what are the children good at? Are they good at art? So allow them to take their own destiny in their own hands. So I think our educational system needs to be looked into, especially by the appropriate authorities responsible for these malpractices and the rest of them. Anybody caught should be punished severely. I can't imagine a father sitting for his child to write exam. In fact, I think he should be spending about 14 years in prison, if I'm not mistaken, either 14 or 21 years. I think that's a penalty, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
So this man will imagine if he gets imprisoned, he will be like, okay, what was your
so he cannot send his child to school from prison. It's unfortunate.
So the child you were trying to help now, there is no help again for that person. And this is more like a father trying to take the child's destiny in his own hands instead of letting this child do what he wants to do. No justifications. No justifications for this. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Williams. This is where we're going to stop on the newspaper review segment. We're running out of time. Thank you so much. We've been enlightened, and I know my viewers too were enlightened. Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. And on this note, we're going to stop the newspaper review. We are going to move to another segment, This Week in History. Okay, thank you so much for staying tuned. Now, this is This Week in History, another exciting episode another exciting segment I love so much. So we are going to join Essie Ufoma as usual. She's going to give us a recap, a review, a refresher of some of the things, and even a reminder of some things that happened, or some days, some events that are being remembered or celebrated from the period of the week that we are in. So over to you, Essie.
April 22nd, 1990, the Ogoni Bill of Rights was presented to the Nigerian government by Movement for the Survival of the Ogoni People, outlining the demands of the Ogoni people in the Niger Delta region. On April 23, 2004, Nigerian author Chinwe Achebe declined a national honor, Commander of the Federal Republic, awarded to him by President Olusegun Obasanjo, citing concerns over the state of affairs in Nigeria. On April 23, 1995, UNESCO created World Book Day as a worldwide celebration of books and reading. World Book Day is marked in over 100 countries around the globe. The first World Book Day in the UK and Ireland took place in 1997 to encourage young people to discover the pleasure of reading. On April 25, 2009, the US initiated Hug a Plumber Day. Many plumbers have saved the day, and more often not. They can prevent catastrophe by fixing a toilet or unclogging a drain. The holiday aims to celebrate the skills and accomplishments of all plumbers and how they make life and comfort just a bit nicer for everyone. African governments have been celebrating Africa's Malaria Day since April 25, 2001, which was changed to World Malaria Day at the World Health Assembly's 6th session sponsored by the World Health Organization. While malaria is not contagious, everyone or anyone can get it. Symptoms include fever, sweat, chills, headaches, muscle aches, nausea, and vomiting. World Malaria Day serves as a crucial reminder of the ongoing battle against this preventable and treatable disease.
Okay, thank you so much, Essie Ufoma. That was quite enlightening. Yeah, so for the Ogoni people and then for Chinya Chibi. And then hug a plumber day. If you find a plumber around, you should probably give them a hug or give him or her a hug. Of course, they are doing a lot. They are doing a lot. Fixing the things you barely know how to fix. In fact, you don't, not even barely, fixing the things you don't know how to fix. If not, your house will be flooded or you wouldn't be able to use your sink or some drainage system. So that's a good one. Today we are remembering our plumbers. They've been doing a lot. And then for the malaria day, well, for a very long time, malaria has been doing a lot in Africa and even in Nigeria. So I don't know why we have to remember this day, but it's also very important to know that 25th April is World Malaria Day. So we should try as much as possible. And thank you again, Essie, for the symptoms. So now that you know the symptoms of malaria, so in case you see them in yourself or you see them in someone else, you should know, okay, these are symptoms of malaria. And then as much as possible, you look for medical help, and then or you take the person to a medical care center. Thank you so much, Essie Ufoma, for this particular segment. It was worth it. Alright, on this note, we are going to the entertainment segment, and I have a lot of gist for you guys, so stay tuned. So for the entertainment segment today, I have a few gist for you people, and although one is a bit sad, I don't know what has been going on in Hollywood. We've lost another actor, and this is also sad. I'm starting with it because I don't want to end my program on a sad note, so I'm going to bring this one out. We've actually lost another actor by the name Zulu Adigwe. He's very popular for his movie Bassi and Company. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but you should know who I'm talking about. So he has done so much for the industry. His contributions have been massive, and I know a lot of us have enjoyed a lot of his movies. Apart from Bassi and Companies, there are so many other movies that he has starred and featured in, and his contributions to the Nollywood have been massive. So this is a shout out for all his contributions and all the efforts, the parts he has played in Nollywood, and for the laughter and the joy and excitement he has brought to each and every one of us on our screens. Farewell, Mr. Zulu Adigwe. Your memory is still going to remain with us here, and thank you so much for all the contributions you've made. And still on the entertainment segment, we're going back to Bobrisky's issue. I don't want to let that slide. I would have let it slide, but it's still coming back to money. Remember I told you now, I'm the entertainment gist presenter that loves money. Okay, so remember earlier he has been moved. The news about him being moved to Kirikiri prison was actually disputed, saying that no, he was still with the NCS at the NCS center. I don't know how that is, but there have been a lot of issues and controversies regarding Bobrisky's case. But the recent gist here is that he has been pleaded through his lawyer that the imprisonment should be converted into a fine where he has to just pay 200,000 naira to be set free. I don't know if the EFCC and other law enforcement agencies are going to heed to his plea. Whichever way it goes, we do not know for that, but that's the latest on Bobrisky's issue. Okay, still on entertainment segment, this is me reminding you that Tiwa Savage's movie Water and Gary, the trailer is out, it will be coming out on May, and this is me reminding you to watch out for the trailer and see if it's going to stir an anticipation spirit in you to want to watch the whole movie. I know Water and Gary is going to be a blast. I know you're also wishing and hoping for that too. On this note, I'll be calling it a wrap. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I hope you enjoyed the newspaper review, this week in history, and the entertainment segment. So just sit back and wait again for another episode coming your way again on Monday, still on Value Chain TV. I remain Patience Moses, and don't forget that the comment section is there for you to drop your comments, share your ideas with us, and any other thing that you want to do. The comment section is there for you. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more of our programs. We have What's Your Say, we have Sunday Star Feature, we have Caswell, and of course the news updates by 7 p.m. which comes up every day. So stay tuned, subscribe, and stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Patience Moses, signing out.